It's said in Genesis that Leah had weak eyes. What was going on with her eyes? Did she have weak eyesight or something? It has been suggested that her eyes were weak from crying all the time. Not because she couldn't see well, but because she had a weak perspective. She wasn't the chosen bride. She felt rejected. She often just felt all this hardship on her life. And you can see that in the naming of her children. As she names her children, however, you can see the perspective start to shift as she starts to learn and grow through the birth of each child. Leah's first son is named Reuben, and that is meaning to see. So the Lord, Jehovah, has seen her affliction and granted her a son. And because that, she believes, because she's now had a son, her firstborn son, that her husband will love her. But of course, that's not the case. Her husband still loved Rachel best. Her next son's name is Simeon, which means he has heard me. So she's now been seen and heard. The third son she named Levi, which means attached, joined to, twisted together in union. And she was hopeful that this third son, because she had the three sons now, that her husband would now be joined and in union with her. But that was not the case. He still preferred Rachel. With her fourth son, there seems to be a bit of a shift. So first she felt seen by Jehovah, then she felt heard by Jehovah, then she thought she would be attached to her husband, but now she shifted her focus. And with Judah, she names him Judah because Judah means praise. And she says, "Now I will praise Jehovah." You can see in the way that she's naming the first three sons that it's almost a little bit of a pity party. Her perspective is a little bit skewed. She's far too focused on Jacob, instead of being focused on the Most High and how the Most High is guiding her and covering her and protecting her and loving her. It's almost like she's working for her husband's love instead of just realizing that she's already loved perfectly and fully by the Most High. What do I think this is all about? Well, I'm glad you asked. I think that when we feel unloved and rejected, a lot of the times it's because our perspective is so small and squished, and it's being hyper-focused on one thing, and we're not zooming out to see the other ways that we are blessed and guided, protected, and covered. And when you start to count those blessings, you start to count all the ways that you've been provided for, it starts to look like a different picture, and you gain stronger eyes. Whatever you're always looking at is going to come into focus.